If you've been following for a while, you're probably into the genre thereabouts of racing and race cars. And drifting games have come an insane way. From hyper-realistic, super in-depth tuning to arcade-styled chaos throughout multiple racing games. The digital drifting scene is thriving more than ever. But here's the big question. How do you take your god tier controller skills to the real world racetrack? And more importantly, how do you do this without immediately sending your car into a guardrail like a fucking idiot? Drifting in games have leveled up so hard. We're not just talking about arcade styled games like Need for Speed, where tapping the handbrake or just tapping your brake makes you slide like an anime protagonist driving down the racing mountain pass or anything like that. No, we've got full-on drifting simulation like Assetto Corsa with realistic tire models, clutch kicking, and actual skill-based drifting mechanics. And then you've got the games like CarX Drift Racing, which is a game that sits right in between that simulation and arcade racing game style, making drifting approachable for the vast majority of anyone that is new into the idea of it. And the crazy part is that actual drifting esports leagues are getting made and becoming a huge thing because of it. People are building full-on sim rigs and battling online as full FD style or Formula Drift style. I mean, imagine literally explaining to your grandma that, oh yeah, I race professional, I'm a professional drifter, and then you turn around and you point to your gaming chair. Why is it that some of us can link perfect tandem runs in a game, but when it comes to hopping in the real car, you're spinning on ice like a confused fucking guinea pig? It comes down to a few things. One, you don't actually have too many fear factors when it comes to in-game. You're willing to send that car at a war at $1.20. There's no actual car physics affecting the chair that you are sitting in as you are playing and driving through these tracks. And most importantly, real tires cost real money, and real bodywork doesn't just fix itself by pressing restart. Imagine if every time you wrecked a car in CarX, you actually had to pull out your wallet and pay for the new bumper. Like, my bank account would not survive. So how do you go from digital drift god to real world slide master without needing a second mortgage? Step one would probably be going and getting an official sim rig set up. If you're playing with a controller, you're already missing out on some huge parts and benefits of racing with a sim rig. Things like muscle memory and force feedback, giving you the feeling of grip loss, weight transfer, and getting a good idea of what counter steering would feel like. These are all huge benefits of utilizing and actually having the sim rig set up. Second, don't be afraid to use some drift games as your drift trainer setup or your way of getting into the scene necessarily. Games like Assetto Corsa and CarX are actually great games in teaching and utilizing good throttle control and understanding the occasional counter steering technique that might be utilized through your drifting journey. And you can even start to learn and utilize how to read drift lines. Basically, gaming can make you a better driver. The next step is a bit of a hard one and can take some time, but it's time to get into like an actual real car safely, of course. Grab a cheap as rear wheel drive beater and practice in a very controlled environment. And no empty Kmart or Walmart car parks at 2 a.m. in the morning. That does not count as safely or controlled, unless you want that surprise guest appearance from the cops. And be realistic with yourself, you're not going to be spending $1.20 reverse entries on your first day. I mean, you might, but only if you enjoy fixing the suspension issues after. So is sim drifting the future of real racing and real world drifting? Honestly, it could be, it can can go that direction. There are many of pro drifters using and utilizing sim setups in their training schedules and to sharpen and hone their skills. And with sim racing now accessible on the consumer shelf, it is making it so much easier and accessible for just anyone to get into the industry. So whether you're the digital drift king or the IRL slide wizard god, whatever you want to call yourself, one thing is for sure, the drifting scene is only getting bigger, wilder and crazier every day, and more connected. So if you did enjoy, what's your favorite drift game? Let me know. And who is your favorite pro drift racer, whether that's from FD or any class lower than that, whether it's just some guy on YouTube. Let me know down in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and if you did enjoy the video, let me know as well. And I'll see you in the next episode.